In this video, we're going to build a cross-platform budgeting app using React Native, Expo, and Cursor. The best part about this is I'm not a developer, so we're going to be building this without writing a single line of code, and I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step process of how I'm able to build mobile application without any previous app development experience. So I was able to build this mobile application using React Native, Expo, Cursor without any previous programming experience and not writing a single line of code. This is what it looks like. As you can see here, this is the home screen. It has the current balance. You can add a transaction. You can say $100, whatever, transportation, add. Look at that. Look how clean that looks. And I can also obviously filter. I can search for specific ones. So I say rent. Look at that. Searching. Nice. It has the summary card up there. If you go to a specific one here, you can edit it. Let's say I want to delete this. Delete it right there. The theme works perfectly. The first thing is planning. So make sure you really take your time and create a very, very detailed plan. Like if you can't write a report as much detail as possible. Obviously get yourself a computer. It could be a Mac OS, a Windows computer, a Linux computer. So I'm using a Windows computer. Install Node.js on your computer, Cursor on your computer, Expo Go on your mobile device, depending on if you're using a Mac OS or not. The name of the app. So budgeting. So that's what I call the app, is budgeting. That's corny, but hey, that's the best I could come up with. There's three main screens in this app. So it would be the home screen, the transactions, and the settings screen. And as you can see here, we have the flow of the app. So I spent quite some time trying to figure out how I want the app to flow. Next is the file structure. Make sure you take your time to really dig deep into how you want the files to be structured in terms of the names and the folders. Learn what contexts are, what components are, what services are. That way, when you're building, again, it makes your job a lot easier. Now we're going to go into Cursor and actually start developing. We're going to go to our terminal here. If we go back to my notes, you see here I have the command that we're going to use to be able to create a project, and Expo will take care of the rest for us. So I'll actually navigate to YouTube because that's the folder I want to save this at. Okay, and then I'll just paste that command. And Expo, React Native Expo, is actually going to take care of setting up this project for us. So the project is now ready and set up by Expo. Next step is going to be to actually navigate to it. We can see all the files and folders that Expo has actually set up for us, and they're all templates. Since we want to start building this from scratch, we're going to reset the project. What this is going to do is it's going to clean up that template that we have pre-created for us by Expo. As you can see here, this one right here is the one that was created by Expo. This is kind of like just a simplified version of it. So now we're just going to delete everything, just that way we can start from scratch. Perfect. And the next step now is we're going to install the dependencies that we need. So I've taken my time, did my research. This is why the plan is so important. And these are all the libraries that we're going to use to build this mobile application. Copy that, go back to Cursor. All the libraries have been installed. The next step is going to be to start creating our template using what we have planned. First things first is we will create the tabs, and we'll create all these screen. And we go back to Cursor and say, I am looking to create a simple budgeting app, comma, please help me create the template files on this structure. And I don't need the splash screen for now, just because that's just gonna, okay, it's on this structure. Make the index the entry point of the app, and it should redirect to the home screen, make the transaction form, comma, policy modal currency select to all be modals. So now let's see what it's going to create for us. Okay, so that's our this right here. It's updated this for us. So now this is going to go there. So if select that, accept. And the next is the layout, which is this right here, which is the stack. And those are all those things that we want to be modals. So accept that as well. Then the next is the layout that is in the tabs to put all the tabs together. So we'll put that there. Yep, accept that as well. And then now it's going to create the screen dummy template screens for us. So accept that. Then next, accept this as well, transactions. The settings, accept that as well. And transaction form. So that's going to be our dummy screen. That's a currency select, accept that as well. Modal, and accept that as well. Okay, so now that looks pretty close to what we had, right? So it has the home screen, settings screen, transaction screen, which is all under the tabs, and it has the layout. That's good. And then under the layout, you can see that they're all defined in there. And then we have the currency select, which will be a modal, the index, which is the entry point, the policy, which would also be a modal, and then the transaction form, which would also be a modal. So now we can actually run the app, see what we have. So npx expo start. What this is doing right now is it's creating a barcode for us, and we're going to scan that barcode with our mobile device. Remember Expo Go. This is where it comes in handy. And there we go. So that's the barcode that we need. So I'll minimize this and I will scan that. And this is what we have now. We have our home screen tab, we have our transaction screen tab, and we have our settings screen tab. The next step is, if we go back to our file, we need to create our components and so on. Before we do that, we can improve the UI UX of the settings screens, the transaction screen, and the home screen. I'll just come here and I'll say, okay, where's the home screen? So say, okay, please improve the UI/UX of this screen. ... Enter. Just gonna make it a little bit better for us. Let's apply that. Let's see what it looks like. There we go. Whew! Look at that. Look at that. Okay. So that's looking decent. So that's taking us to transaction. This is add-in. Okay. So that's looking really pretty good. Okay. And then we'll do the same for the settings screen. So please improve the UI/UX of this screen. Boom. Let's see what it's going to add. Actually delete those once it's done. So we just go copy and then the settings screen, go there, paste that, and there is a lot of errors. Why is there a lot of errors? Let's see. There is a lot of errors, but it worked, so that's at least good. Okay, first things first is we do not want the profile, the email, or all we need is the currency and or the notification. So I'll just say, please remove the profile, comma, email. Well, look how clean this looks though. Just how clean it looks regardless. It looks really, really good. So, comma, notification, comma, biometric, comma, change password and log out. Okay, this should just make it fairly simple. And the header, I should add the header there. We needed to remove the header as well, but that's okay. So the updated version should look fairly simple and clean. But look, mind you, we haven't written a single line of code. So this is why it's so important to have your plan in place before you even start doing anything. Okay, so now we have our updated settings screen, and if we copy that and we just paste that in here, should look a lot different. Okay, I like that. That's simple, clean, does the job. Okay, perfect. So now we have our all those set up. Okay, so this is the transactions. So if we come here and then we just paste that in here, the transaction screen should look like that. Whew. Okay, remember, we haven't written a single line of code yet. Next thing we need to do is we go back to our docs. We'll say, please create the theme component and context. So please create the theme component and context, and please make sure it works across the app. So what I will do here is I will remove these, just that way it doesn't create them yet, right? Goal here is to just do these incrementally. So we'll do this. Okay. So now it's creating that. It's creating the theme toggle as well. Then it's gonna update the settings screen and the layout as well. It's gonna wrap the app in that theme provider. Yep. And then the settings screen is gonna add that components in there. And we'll see. So right now, when we're clicking this, nothing happens, right? And the goal is once this is done, something should happen. So let's start with the first one. Apply this, and it's created that. Look at that. Accept. Then the next one is the toggle. Apply that. It should create that as well. There we go. Accept. And then the next one is the layout. It's updated and added there. And then accept that. Okay, and then the next one is, so this should be wrapped. Yeah, okay. The next one is the setting. So we should update that as well. Accept. It should be different errors. Okay, so now we're golden. So now the theme works. As you can see. Holy, come on, come on, come on, come on. While we're at it, we'll just remove all the headers. We need to remove. So right here, please remove the header from this tab. Okay, that's good. And then we just have to add a styling to put it inside the status bar. And then if we go to the home screen here. Please make sure this is in the status bar. And there we go. So now we're in the status bar. That's looking promising. Okay. That's looking promising. The next step is we need to remove the titles from, let's start with the settings screen. First of all, we need to clean this up. Please, not the chat, please clean up the screen and please remove the title. I don't know why it's giving this error. Try not to write any line of code, you know? That's the goal. That's the goal. Setting. Paste that right there. And if we go back to the settings screen, there we go. The title is gone. And it's looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Okay. If we go here. Okay, so that's looking good. It's looking good. Next is we need to do that same thing for the transaction screen. We can move the add button to the bottom right. That's better UI UX. So please improve the UI/UX of this screen. Move the add tab to the bottom right, comma, remove the header, and that should be good. Yep, that should be good. Enter. So I was gonna write the updated transactions. Once this is completed, the next step, we've done the theme. The theme works pretty good. So the next would be to add the transaction item and context. So apply this to the transactions. Okay, look at that. That's good, but now we can't see the add button. Either way, this looks cleaner though. I like it. I like it a lot. So if we go to, yep, so that's working. It's just now we can't see, and if we change the theme, it should look a little bit better. Yep, that looks a lot better. Oh, it's right here. Found it. It's right here at the bottom left. Did I say bottom left or bottom right? Yeah, I said bottom right. For some reason, the add or plus is at the bottom left instead of the right, and it is not showing the UI improved UI/UX. It's right there, right? So we want to move this around here, and it should be like a circle, like a fab. So while it's doing that, I still need to decide what I want to use here, like what I want to do next. I want to say let's start with the transaction item and context. There we go. So finally fix that. Okay, and then please create the transaction component and context, and please update the code base around the context, the provider. So let's see what it does. So that's the transaction context, which will be added down here. That's the provider. Yep. Apply. Perfect. Accept that. And then the next is the transaction item, which will be added right here. Perfect. That's the component. Accept. Then now let's update the main transaction. So now this is just so it reflects. Reload the app. That should be promising. Fingers crossed. Yep. Okay. We have added the transaction context and component. Now we need to add the chart and the currency context. Please add the chart component and the currency context, update the home screen to have the chart component, comma, update the code base so that the currency context is reflected when changed across the app. So these two can go, can nuke those, and then this can go as well because we've created that, and this can go as well across the app. And the chart component should please be a pie chart that compares the expense and income. Let's see what it does. So it should create the currency context, which would be shown here once it's completed. So I'll add that down here. Okay, accept, and then it should also create the chart component, which should be added in here, and then that now should be displayed. It should be using victory. What is it? Victory. Should be using victory native. That's what I was looking. Victory native, because I haven't installed this kit. That's why we're getting that error. So we're gonna fix that. Okay. So the only issue we have right now is this. So please add the chart to the home screen, and I will select the home screen. I don't like when it does that. And please use the victory native library for the pie chart. So I was able to reinstall the library, and what I actually did was I downgraded the library. So I downgraded victory native. For some reason the latest version was bugging out. It was like 41 point something, and it was bugging out, and I think there must be a bug or something, so I just ended up just downgrading it. And when I downgraded, restarted the app, it ended up working. That's where we're at right now. Look how clean that looks. Oh my days. Oh my days. Okay, we like those, we like those, we like those. Okay. Okay, relax. I'm not a developer though. Okay. Alright. Now, when we go to the settings, it actually is not for some reason going to any of the screen, and we need to fix this bug that it has. Please fix the setting screen. Also, please fix the buttons so that they go to the appropriate locations, and please add a terms and condition button, and please move the theme button to the top of the currency button. It should be button. Let's get it. So it should fix this for us. Okay, we're back. Okay, look how clean this looks, guys. Like, look how, obviously I can still improve it a little bit, but it's coming along. It's coming along, really, really coming along. In the policy, we want to remove the header. So please remove the oh, so we need to make that empty, an empty string. Okay. Perfect. That works. Okay. Now we're in game. We're in the game. We're in the game. So now we have, I think, added everything that we need. Only one remaining now. So we've added the theme context, we've added currency, everything. What we need now is the database. Okay, this is where things get, and then now let's go. Now please create the database and update the entire app appropriately so that it uses the data base. Please use the Expo ULite link right there. I copy that, paste that there. Okay, now I should be creating it what we want. Yeah, there you go. Get transactions, add transactions, update transactions, delete transactions, and then now we have to update all the contexts that we have. Okay, let's start. Okay, first things first is we need to create this service. So when I run this, does that fix that error? It did. Okay. Now, the next thing we want to transaction, I think. So I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 5. Add. So that got added. Yeah. It just, and if I reload that, it should. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. We need to clean up the transactions. Okay. When the user clicks add, the title says add transaction, and when they click edit, it should say edit transaction, and please add the option for the user to select the transaction type they want, bracket, between expense and income, and when the user tries to submit empty fields, please let them know that the fields are empty. Use good UI/UX designs to improve the model and make a category for expense and Okay, this is looking clean right now. This is looking clean right now. Stop playing with me. Okay. Now, please improve the UI/UX of the transactions stream. I mean, it kind of looks clean. Can't lie. But the only problem is it looks clean like this. Golden. Come on. Come on. That's it. That's honestly, to me, that suffice. And then we need to change the direction of the income and expense. So this should be expense, which is down, and this is up. There we go. Ooh-lee. And now the next thing we want to do is please add button content. That's looking clean. That's looking clean. So what else? So that's looking good. You can add transactions. Oh, wait a minute. The add transaction is back to square one. I didn't even peep that. Hold up. Please improve the UI/UX of this form and make it easily visually with that's not even English. Oh my god, I didn't even spell whatever. I would know. Okay, that looks, I like what they did here, I can't lie. It's pretty dope, I can't lie. So there we go. So the next video, we're going to work on cleaning everything up, building it, and submitting it to the App Store. Thank you very much for tuning in. Like I said, I'm not a developer. Everything I did here was literally using AI to build this mobile application without writing a single line of code. And yeah,